Picture this. You wake up tomorrow buzzing with energy, no regret, just a smile. Woo! This is the life I was born to live. But let's be real, that's not where most people are right now. You might feel stuck, half alive in patterns that don't match the true you. So let me ask you a wild question. What if you could crash your own funeral? You're standing in the back, invisible, watching. Tell me, who's there? What are they saying about you? Do they talk about the fire you lit in the world, the risks you took, the lives you touched? Or do they speak in soft, forgettable tones about someone who almost lived? Here's the hard truth. If that version of your life haunts you, it should, because your brain, it's not your enemy. It's begging for change. It's wired for transformation. The code has been cracked. Today, I'm sharing exactly how I've been killing off the old me and becoming the person I was meant to be. It's raw, it's real, it's backed by neuroscience, and it starts right here. I am Lydie Jean, and this is Unrepeatable You Conversations. This isn't just another video. This is a funeral for your old identity and a birth for the version of you that was never meant to be hidden. So if you've been feeling stuck in your skin, buried under dead dreams and tired routines, stay right here, because by the end of this, you won't just want to change, you'll feel like you can't afford not to. For me, things got real when I started thinking about how rare it is to even exist. Like the odds of you being born, they're around 1/400 trillion. Yes, trillion. Harvard-trained mathematicians ran the numbers, and apparently your exact DNA, your exact parents meeting at the very exact moment they did, with every ancestor before you surviving long enough to pass the torch, statistically, it's basically impossible. And yet, here you are, breathing, thinking, existing. So let me ask you something. If you truly understood how rare your existence is, would you still be living as the same person you've been for years? Would you still let fear, doubt, or autopilot run your life? My dad passed away just before he turned 60. Way too young, if you ask me. At his funeral, I looked around. Family I hadn't seen in years over here. Look, my auntie, who didn't even like him, she came to support my mom. Strangers with their own stories, familiar faces with forced smiles, and something hit me hard. I asked myself, when my time comes, who will be there? And what stories will they tell? Will they talk about the real me? Did they even know the real me? Or would they talk about the version I've been projecting to please people? And I have to be honest with you. I've struggled with weird thoughts in the past of maybe not existing. And weirdly, when I imagined my own funeral, it actually made me cry. Like I was really there watching it all happen. I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but that emotional wave, that wasn't just sadness. That was my brain screaming at me, like a fire alarm going off, telling me there is a gap between who you are and who you know you could be. And that's when I asked myself, what if I only had 48 hours left to live? Would I be proud of who I've been? Or would I realize I've been living as someone who forgot she was 1/400 trillion miracle? Now listen, this idea of using death to wake up to life is actually not new. The ancient Stoics had a phrase, Memento mori, and it means remember you will die. Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor, wrote, You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. And modern science is catching up because psychologists call it mortality salience. Basically, when you remember that you won't be here forever, you start to shake things up and start to live differently. It's like your brain suddenly goes, wait, this life thing, it's not forever. Better make it count. But here's where it gets crazy. Your brain is not fixed. It's not hardwired. You can literally rewrite your identity at the neural level. This is called neuroplasticity. Let's break it down simply. Imagine your brain is full of highways. The more you think or act like your old self, well, the more traffic goes down the same old road. But when you start acting like your new self, you start cutting through fresh jungle, new path, new pattern. And yeah, it's awkward. Yeah, it's slow, but with repetition, you build a brand new road. Neurons literally rewire themselves. And the best part is that researchers have proved that this starts happening in just days. Days, not decades. And you don't need to become a whole new person overnight. You just need to start making different choices consistently. So let's talk about 3 powerful moves that helped me reshape my identity from the inside out. Move number 1, name your future self. Who do you want to become? Not just in theory, like really. Give that person a name. Give her a name. I call mine Boss Lady Litty. And every day when I feel myself slipping into my old Netflix loving, procrastinating self, I stop and I ask, what would Boss Lady Litty do today? Would she hit snooze or would she get up at 5 a.m. to chase her dream? Would she give in or stay committed to her 5-day water fast? This works because of something in your brain called the reticular activating system. Yes, it filters your focus. When you tell it who you want to be, it starts noticing all the ways to become that person. So every single day, just ask yourself, what would future me do right now? And give it a name. Are you powerful CEO, Kathy? Whatever it is. That's how you rewire thought by thought, choice by choice. Move number 2, funeral visualization. We touched on this a little bit earlier, but here's how to do it properly. Close your eyes. Well, maybe not right now, but when you have time, you would imagine your funeral. Like really, really see it. Where is it? Who's there? Who's crying? What are they saying? And then get brutally honest. What do you want them to say? Now, what do you think they'd actually say if you died today? That gap is where your work is. That's your roadmap to transformation. I've only done this exercise about twice in my life, and let me tell you, each time it shifted something deep inside me. It's like installing new software in your brain, quietly running in the background, reshaping your choices day by day. Move number 3, identity declaration. This one's all about ritual. You need something to symbolize the death of your old self and the birth of your new one. It could be simple, like looking in the mirror and saying, I release the old me and I step into Boss Lady me, for example. Or it could also be a playlist or maybe a bell on your desk, something to pattern interrupt the old identity. I joined a school community and I made my identity transformation public. I told people that I was going to do X, Y, and Z. And so that created accountability. It made the whole thing very real. You know how you work out harder when someone's watching you at the gym or you do a class? Same exact thing. Your brain actually craves that consistency and that little pressure. So if you say, this is who I am now, and then act like it, that wiring starts to stick. These small rituals are very powerful. They bypass resistance. They shift your identity on a deep level. So yes, change is hard, but it's not impossible. You just have to start. You have to be willing to let go of the familiar and step into the fire of who you're becoming. Because you are a statistical impossibility. 1 in 400 trillion. A miracle. Every challenge you faced, every moment you thought was wasted, has led you to this moment, right here, right now. So tonight, before you go to bed, take 5 minutes, visualize your funeral, really feel it, and tomorrow just choose one small action that your future self would take. That's how you start. Comment below with one trait of your current identity that needs to die and one trait of your new identity that's waiting to be born. And hey, if this conversation sparked something in you, like, subscribe, share with someone who needs it. And always remember, in a world full of copies, you are the unrepeatable original. It's time to start living like it.